I participated in NoFap for the first and only time in 2020, and the longest streak I ever reached was 3 days. That is how far I ever got in NoFap. And if I'd continued on NoFap, I would have struggled with watching porn till this day, and I would just spend my time watching NoFap YouTubers posting content on the same videos like what are the benefits of NoFap at day 70 or how to reach the day 90 streak. That is what these people post content about anyway. They are not even interested in helping young men quit their addiction. But if you just think about it, I know that NoFap is flawed. Trying to leave porn by having a streak is quite frankly very sad, because if you just think about it, let's say you reach a 4 digit streak, let's say you reach the highest streak you can think of, but guess what, you would break that streak eventually, and once you break that streak, you would go on an all out fapathon. You would like fap 3 4 5 times a day, and you would struggle to even reach a 7 day streak. That is not what we want here. And if nofap isn't the way to leave porn, then what is? When I started my self improvement, I knew for sure that my willpower wasn't strong enough, that I would just resist all the temptations I would get. So I thought to myself, if I just change the thoughts about myself, if I just thought of myself that I do not watch porn, then I would be able to overcome it. Because I thought that if I the desire always starts because of a thought, and if I just remove that thought, then I would not get that desire. This is literally what I had thought to try to leave porn, because at that time I was in a really bad shape, and I really wanted to improve my life to get out of the horrible state I was in. This addiction had been with me ever since my childhood, and I really wanted to leave this. And that's what I did. I I did relapse a few times, but whenever I did relapse, I would be mindful of the pleasures I would be deriving from this clip, or I would think about what was going on in the mind of the degenerate artist who was who drew the Rule 34 image I was really getting strong desires about. I was thinking all of these thoughts to reduce the desire inside of my mind. So, in short, you need to develop an identity. That is the best and the only way to leave porn. And for you to reinforce your identity, you need to have a successful line of records behind your back of you overcoming the desires, so that your mind would think of it as being valid. So, the actionable step that you can use right after watching this video is it's basically about overcoming the desires that flare up in the middle of the day. But when do you get the desire anyway? Just think about it. The only time when you get the desire to watch porn is when you're by self, when you're alone, when you're in a low down mood. You would not get the desire when you're with your family in a restaurant, would you? And that desire flares up because of a thought, a memory of your favorite porn video, or you thinking of your favorite Rule 34 image. This is what causes the flare in desire. So, if at that moment you think of something positive, you think of the food that your mom made for you, or the last time that you saw a beautiful sunset, or anything that makes you happy, and if you continue to think about it, slowly and slowly, the desire to watch porn will decrease. And if you double down on it, if you continue to think those positive thoughts, saying to yourself that I do not watch porn, I will not continue this habit that has has ruined my life. And slowly, that desire will decrease further. And eventually, the desire is gone. And this is what willpower actually is. This is how you can use your willpower to reinforce your identity. So, in short, if you develop an identity of you not watching porn and you using this approach which I have prescribed you, then you will be able to leave porn. You will be able to leave this addiction that has ruined your life. Fail better.